Good morning, my dear student. We are in the chapter third one. Okay, third chapter. I already introduced last week the chapter chemical messages for homeostasis. Today means okay. Last day we are discuss the hormone insulin and glucagon. Yes, no. Both are synthesized by the pancreas gland in isolates of Langerhans. Do you know glucose means insulin secreted by the beta cell and glucagon secreted by the alpha cell. That is our today new topic regulation of metabolism. Do you know student what's mean by metabolism? I written okay in pen. Metabolism, the chemical process that occur within living organism, not a non-living. In living organism, inside the organism, chemical process take place to order to maintaining the life. To maintaining the life, chemical process is taking place in the organism. That is known as metabolism. Okay. Look, the anabolic and catabolic process taking place in the body are commonly referred as metabolism. That also, anabolic means build up and catabolic means breakdown of when we are eating the foods. Number of minerals and vitamins all are grabbed by the cell. Means food build from the food build up the vitamins and from the food breaking down and producing the vitamins and minerals. Anyway, anabolic means build up and catabolic means break down the process. That is also including in the metabolism. Metabolic activity also under the control of hormone. Without a hormone cannot be take place the metabolic process. So that main one hormone, that is hormone is known as thyroxine hormone. This hormone produced by the gland is known as thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, you can see the figure 3.2, look page number 44. Figure 3.2, look, that is known as thyroid gland. In this gland, two types of hormone producing, thyroxine and calcitonin. First of all, I am discussing about thyroid gland in thyroxine hormone. Later, calcitonin I will say. First of all, you have to know what are the function of thyroxine hormone produced by the thyroid gland. Increasing the energy production. When we eat the food, from that energy producing. Raising the rate of metabolism. Metabolism means chemical process that occurring in the living organism in order to maintain life. Understood, no? Raising the rate of metabolism, understood. Third one, accelerate the growth and development in the brain in the fetal stage and infancy. This is hormone very necessary, okay. During the growth of fetal, the brain required this hormone, growth of brain in the fetal stage. Also in infancy, growth of the brain required this same hormone. Which hormone? No? Thyroxine. Next is, fetal means what? No? The baby inside the uterus. Uterus means garbhavatra. Uterus. In uterus inside, fetal also require this hormone for growth of the brain. Next, to regulate the growth in children. In children, this hormone very necessary for activating the body. Understood, no? This much are characteristics of or function of thyroxine gland or thyroxine hormone. Can I ask question? What are the hormone producing by the thyroid gland? Yes, thyroxine and calcitonin. Understood, no? Also one more point, thyroid gland also known as endocrine gland, okay. The gland which producing hormone, such a gland is known as endocrine gland. This gland near of throat, you can see, thyroid gland, figure 3.2, look where is it situated. Clear? Next I am going to discuss what will happen when thyroxine is increases or thyroxine decreases. Is there any problem happen to the body? Let's see now, okay. Look, hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Say hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. This is two disease. I will explain how. Hypothyroidism means what? No? This is the condition in which production of thyroxine decreases. In normally, thyroxine we require. If the thyroxine production is less, means what will happen? No? This decreasing production of thyroxine during the fetal stage and or infancy. In the fetal stage and in infancy, production of thyroxine decreases, hinder proper of physical and mental development. Brain, mental not developing, also physically not developing. You can see in a figure there inside. Look, a child become a sluggishness. Look, you can see, no? Sluggishness means what? No, lazy. Lazy means not having any energy, so can't do any work. That is known as sluggishness. Okay. Anyway, what will happen when the production of thyroxine hormone decreases during fetal stage or children? It will be hinder proper of physical and mental development. This condition is known as cretinism. If this is happening in the children, that is known as cretinism. If in adult production of means thyroxine decreases, that is known as myxoedema. You can see the figure. Look, myxoedema. Myxoedema in adult, cretinism in children when the production of thyroxine hormone decreases. Understood, no? Okay, what will happen? How we can identify such a diseases? Low metabolic rate means chemical process occurring within the living organism in order to maintain life not take place. Also, hypertension means BP, pressure of the body increases. Inflammation in body inside muscles become a temperature increases, not a fear, muscles temperature increases, tissues also. These are the major symptoms of which one? Hypothyroidism. Next, hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism is opposite of hypothyroidism. Hyper, pronounce look, hyper and hypo. Hypo means production of thyroxine less. Hyper means production of thyroxine is over, more. Means this condition in which all life activity controlled by the thyroxine accelerated due to the continuous and excessive production of thyroxine. Excessive production of thyroxine means, shortly you can say, hypothyroidism means what? Production of thyroxine is less. Okay. Hyperthyroidism means what? Production of thyroxine is more, excess. Understood, no? Okay. In children, hypothyroidism is known as cretinism. In adult, hypothyroidism is known as myxoedema. But in hyperthyroidism means, I already told, excessive production of thyroxine. How can I identify? High metabolic rate, speed up process of chemical reaction, rising the body temperature increases, excessive sweating, increasing the heartbeat, weight loss, emotional imbalance, in simply matter emotionally getting. That are the major symptoms of hyperthyroidism. I think you are understood. Understood now? Next, goiter. Goiter is the another type of disease. Do you know, I told that thyroid gland, are you remembering? In thyroid gland, two types of hormone production, thyroxine and calcitonin. Do you know, for production of thyroxine in our body, iodine is very essential. Iodine means salt of hydrochloric acid or salt. It is very essential for production of thyroxine. If thyroxine is absent in our body, the production of thyroxine become blocked. In such a gland become a swelling. You can see the figure. Look, figure 3.3. That line, the throat. You can see, that gland enlarging. Thyroid gland enlarging. This is known as goiter. What will you do to avoiding the goiter? We have to use the plenty of the vegetable which is contain iodine, and fruits and fish. These all are contain, which food vegetables contain the iodine, that is you have to consume, like leaf vegetables, understood no, in and fish like tuna fish, understood no, milk, yogurt means curd, cheese, cabbage, cauliflower, these all are contain what, iodine. So consume such a food and we can avoid the goiter, understood no. Goiter means what? Iodine is essential for the production of thyroxine. The production of thyroxine is blocked in the absence of iodine. This is the answer. Production of thyroxine is blocked in the absence of iodine. This is known as goiter. In goiter, enlarging the thyroid gland. There is 4 question look indicator. The importance of thyroxine in controlling life activity. This is the answer what no? Function of which thyroxine. That is having page number 44. Okay. The problem causing by the excessive production of thyroxine means what? Excessive. It's hypothyroidism. Hyperthyroidism means excessive. That is symptoms what? High metabolic rate, rising in the body temperature, excessive sweating, increasing heartbeat, weight loss, emotion imbalance. These all are problem causing by the excessive production of thyroxine. Next, disability of due to thyroxine deficiency. Thyroxine deficiency is known as hypothyroidism. In children, cretinism. In adult, myxedema. Symptoms what? Low metabolic rate, sluggishness, increasing body weight, and hypertension, inflammation of body. These all are symptoms of which one? Hypothyroidism. Next, the relation between iodine and thyroid gland means if iodine is absent in the body, production of thyroxine is blocked and thyroid gland enlarged. This is the answer for that one. Okay. Next, I told you that thyroid gland produces 2 hormones, thyroxine and calcitonin. Thyroxine already over, calcitocins. Okay. Dear student, do you know what is the normal level of calcium in our body in blood? Yes, 9 to 11 mg per 100 ml blood. Do you know calcium is very essentially for blood clotting and for strengthening of bone or teeth, nails. This all required what? Calcium. Very important rules. Do you know excess calcium and decrease in deficiency of calcium is leading to the metabolic problem? Let we study. Okay. First of all, page number 45. Okay. The normal level of calcium in the blood is 9 to 11 mg per 100 ml. When the level of calcium in blood increases, if calcium is increases in the blood, the thyroid gland secretes the hormone, produce the hormone is known as calcitonin. What do you know calcitonin? It lowering the level of calcium in the blood means if calcium in the blood increases, thyroid gland calcitonin hormone secretes. This hormone mixing in the blood and calcium of the blood decreases. Do you know what happen if it is decreases below 9? That time one more gland is there near of thyroid gland, that is known as parathyroid gland. That gland secretes the hormone is known as parathyroid. This hormone, what do you know? Hormone mix up in the blood and increasing the calcium in the blood. Do you know the function of calcitonin and function of parathyroid is opposite? So both are is known as antagonistic. Antagonistic means active opposition. Meaning, if calcium increases, calcitonin active means reduces calcium in the blood. If the calcium decreases, parathyroid active. What is doing parathyroid? Increasing the calcium. Both character opposite. So it is known as antagonistic. Understood? No? Look at that illustration 3.4. Level of calcium in the blood 9 to 11 mg. That is in greenish box. If it is increases, what will happen? Thyroid gland secretes the hormone calcitonin. Thyroid gland hormone produces calcitonin. What is calcitonin doing? Prevent the process of mixing of calcium from bone to blood. Understood? No? In already in the blood calcium increased, that time it prevent to mixing of calcium from bone to blood, preventing. One more function is there, store the excess calcium in the blood to bone. If excess calcium in the blood means storing in bone, and should know that become a regular. What will happen if the calcium decreases? That a parathyroid gland produce the hormone parathyroid gland produce the hormone parathyroid. This, what do you know? Reabsorbing the calcium from kidney to blood. Why no? In blood there is no calcium, not enough. That time this hormone directly going to the blood, kidney. From the kidney calcium absorb and give into the blood. Why no? Calcitonin not allowed to take the calcium from a bone, that preventing. That time this parathyroid moving to the kidney, from the kidney reabsorbing the calcium to the blood. One more, it preventing the storage of calcium in bone. It also prevent to calcium to the bone. But calcitonin what doing? What doing calcitonin? Storing of excess calcium from to blood. From to blood. Calcitonin doing what? From to blood to, yes, bone. But parathyroid what doing? Storing of calcium prevent from blood to bone. Opposite. Okay, both character opposite. Understood? No? Next, how much gland over? Last week pancreas gland over, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland over. Next gland is known as thymus gland. Thymus. Let you look. The gland only up to youth. Youth. When you are reaching to puberty, that is known as youth. Understood? No? Child life finishing and next life starting. No? That is known as youth. Youth start after 18, 16. After 16, 18 is start your youth. In that time it is stop to production of hormone. Thymus gland producing hormone is known as thymosin. Thymosin. Do you know thymus gland is endocrine gland? Why no endocrine gland? This gland produces hormone. So this is known as endocrine gland. Okay, thymus is an endocrine gland situated behind the sternum. Sternum means near the lungs. You can see figure 3.5. Near lungs there is a bone is there, breastbone. Breastbone, no. That breastbone behind this gland situated, thymus. This gland is very active during the infancy. Infancy, you know, children, in babies, in that time, very active this gland. But constrict decreases as well as when you are reaching puberty. Puberty means a period of adolescent. Adolescent means you are reaching a sexual maturity. In that is known as puberty. 18 years after that is all are known as puberty. This gland produces a hormone called thymosin. Which gland? Thymus gland producing hormone is known as thymosin. It is also known as, one more name is there, youth hormone. You can say youth hormone. Why no? It is youth hormone because this hormone is very active in infancy and constricts, decreases in when reaching the puberty. So this hormone is known as what? Youth hormone. Understood? No? Youth hormone. You know, do you know what is the function of this hormone? Major function of this gland is controlling the activities and maturation of T lymphocyte. Lymphocyte means white blood. Do you know red blood and white blood? White blood gives the immunity to our body, especially lymphocyte. Lymphocyte gives the immunity to our body to fight against the germs, bacteria, virus. There is one more lymphocyte, two types, B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. T lymphocyte is very essential for a fight against a pathogen like a bacteria, virus, protozoa, like that. This is maturation time, okay, T lymphocyte, which helping imparting the immunity. Shortly telling, there is a thymus gland. In thymus gland, there is a hormone is known as thymosin. Thymosin is very active in the infancy, but when you are reaching to the puberty, there is a constrict. This hormone, also known as youth hormone, this hormone's main major function is controlling the activity and maturation of T lymphocyte. T lymphocyte help to imparting the immunity. Understood? No. Next is hormone is next. This is over. Next is one more gland is coming. Adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is hormone is known as number of hormone is there. There is one is known as, okay. Before that, I telling that you know kidney top look. One gland you can see no yellow color. That is known as adrenal gland. Adrenal gland magnified. In adrenal gland, two part is there. Outer part, that is known as outer cortex. Inner part is there, that is known as inner medulla. Understood? Okay. Adrenal contain two parts: inner medulla, outer cortex. Do you know inner medulla produces two types of hormone? Look, okay, illustration 3.5. Inner medulla, two types of hormone. Epinephrine means adrenaline. Norepinephrine, pronounce epinephrine. Norepinephrine, epinephrine, norepinephrine. Epinephrine another name is known as adrenaline. Norepinephrine another name is known as noradrenaline. Do you know this both hormone is also known as emergency hormone? Why no? In emergency situation, this hormone produces and active. Okay. Epinephrine, adrenaline. This is act along with the sympathetic nervous system. Already we are discussing in the first chapter sympathetic nervous system. During emergency situation, sympathetic nervous system I told control. Along the sympathetic nervous system, this hormone produces. Which hormone? Epinephrine. Okay, during emergency. Thus, we can resist the withdraw ourselves from such a situation. When we are attending the emergency situation, this hormone control our body from the danger. That is known as emergency hormone. Norepinephrine is opposite character of epinephrine. Both along the both produce the same time of emergency situation. Act along with the epinephrine. Next, outer cortex. Look, in outer cortex, three types of hormone is there: cortisol, aldosterone, sex hormone. Do you know cortisol use what? They are synthesizing the glucose from protein and fat. When we eat the food, in food fat and protein contain. In that together mix up and producing the glucose, which one? Cortisol. Glucose is essential for our body. How much? 70 to 110 mg per 100 ml. From the to our body glucose required. No, this glucose is prepared by fat and protein by the help of cortisol. Cortisol use slow down the action of defense cell. Do you know defense cell means what? Immunity cell. It prevent the body from the germs or bacteria. That cell can't enter. Germs or bacteria can't enter to the our body by the help of this cell. That cell is known as a defense cell. Understood? No? Again telling. Also control the inflammation and allergical disease, infection. That is all prevent this hormone, cortisol. Very important hormone. Okay, synthesizing glucose from protein and fat, slow down the action of defense cell, control the inflammation. Inflammation means temperature of cell not increases by this hormone, and allergy. One more is there, aldosterone. Aldosterone is maintaining the salt and water level in acting in the kidney. Our body water and salt required. This is prevented by balancing by this hormone aldosterone, maintaining the blood pressure also. BP. Sex hormone means control the development and function of sex organs. This also controlled by the sex hormone. You have to write the answer of indicator. Okay. First question what? Position and part of the adrenal gland. Where is position? Top of the kidney. Okay. Parts what? Two parts, inner medulla and outer cortex. Next, hormone action of overcome emergency situation. In emergency situation, which hormone overcome? Epinephrine and norepinephrine. Means epinephrine is the best answer. Okay, emergency situations. Next, hormone produced by the cortex and their function. Hormone produced by the cortex, what are the hormone? Cortisol, aldosterone, sex hormone. Their functions what? Cortisol, synthesizing the glucose from protein and fat, slow down the reaction of defense cell, controlling the inflammation and allergy. Aldosterone, maintaining the salt water level, acting in kidney, maintaining the blood pressure. Sex hormone, control the development and function of sex organs. I sending notes that write and send. Okay. Thank you.